Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. श्री राधा माधव की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी शिवानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Reading from Transcendental Diary, Travels with His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, November 1975 to April 1976 by Harisauri-dasa. February 5th, 1976. The discussions of the morning walks are getting very lively now with Hrudayananda, Tamala Krishna and Harikesha all debating with Srila Prabhupada on the latest scientific theories. They of course get soundly defeated. Hrudayananda Maharaja presented the theory that although God originally created everything, once things were set in motion, there was nothing else for him to do. Therefore, he is now inactive. God has become dormant. Prabhupada replied that being dormant does not mean being out of the picture. Prabhupada demonstrated this by using himself as an example. I am walking now, but if I choose not to walk for half an hour, that does not mean I am not active. The capacity to act remains. One simply has to understand how God is acting. Prabhupada explained that when he was a child, he wondered how the gramophone was working. He thought there must be a man inside the box, otherwise, how could it work? Although his perception was childish, still he knew there must be some person behind it. Similarly, nature is working and this indicates an active God behind it. Just like there was cloud and rain, now it is not raining, he pointed out. So there is activity already. It is being managed. So you cannot say God is dormant. He is acting because his creation is acting. And God says, under my direction, the nature is working. How can you say he is dormant? Hrudayananda threw another point of contention. The main argument among the atheistic philosophers is that God could not exist, because if He existed, if God were good, then why would we be suffering? God would stop our suffering. Prabhupada's swift retort exposed the faulty logic. Because you are a criminal, there are so many persons in the state, not all of them are suffering in the prison house, only the criminals. So, that is the proof you are a criminal. He concluded by saying that whether we enjoy or suffer is simply a question of the use of our God given free will. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, during early morning walks, the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, they have some discussion with Srila Prabhupada about the God existence, or God is a dormant, how the entire nature is working. So, if you see in our Shastras also, natasya karyam karnancha vidyate, natat chabhyadikasya drishyate. So it means that God has nothing to do, and God, there is no one equal to God and greater than the God. At the same time, uh, there are many energies which are working under the God for. So, for example, here Srila Prabhupada mentioned that for I am walking, for example, if I want to sit and half an hour, it doesn't mean that I am not active. I am active. So it is, many scientists say that if God exists, why we are suffering? Srila Prabhupada told that only it is because of our free will. God has given free will to do. Like, which, for example, if you get a knife, with that knife, it is up to you whether you would like to cut the vegetables and cook sabji, or you would like to kill the people. So it is up to your free will what you have to do. So here Srila Prabhupada strongly mentioned that these atheist people says always God does not exist. If God exists, why we suffer? So basically, God told you to create these atomic bombs and all these things. Because of your free, only your free will, you have created all these weaponaries. Now you are suffering. So it is up to your free will only. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. So is anybody says that what is the special day today? Yeah. Srila Narottama Das Thakura appearance day. So one of great acharyas in our sampradaya. So I would like to speak little bit on Srila Narottama Das Thakura. So Srila Narottama Das Thakur, his father was a king. So by birth he was so opulent. So his father name was Krishnananda and mother was Narayana Devi. Yeah, his mother Narayana Devi. So they both are very rich people under the government of Bengal ruler. So on the day of Sukla Panchami, on the day of Panchami, Lord Narottama Das Thakura had taken birth. So when he took birth, his father had given lot of charity to the Brahmanas, and when the Brahmanas came and saw that Narottama Das Thakura had different signs on his body, so they realized that your child is not an ordinary person. He is maybe great saintly person, and in future he will guide the many people towards the spirituality. So, from the childhood onwards, Narottam Das Thakur was very, very intelligent. He is Ajanu basically with a very tall height, and his hands are coming to until his knees. For normal people, cannot come to until the knees. Only if you see the deities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all they are very, very height. At the same time, their hands also like very big. So he's completely effulgent, so very attractive. So the time came when he has to go to school. Just whatever he hears, one time he hears, he will remember all the things. Where, so he's completely very intelligent person. Just one time, eka santagrahi. Eka means one time hears, it will recorded in his mind. So he is very learned in Sanskrit, poetic, all these things. Basically, in the childhood, children are mostly would like to play the games, but Narottam Das Thakur, he didn't at all interested to play the games like Prahlad Maharaj. So when Prahlad Maharaj's friends was playing all the games, he was not interested, and always remembering the God. In that way, Narottam Das Thakur also always remembering the God, and he felt that these all type of education is not at all important. So because, so one time some devotees are glorifying the Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Narottam Das Thakur heard these great personalities names from the devotees. So he started to recite their names. So by reciting their names for a certain period, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Narottam Das Thakur a dream with all his like with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, all his associates in the dream of Narottam Das Thakur. So Narottam Das Thakur wanted to decide, he wanted that I want to leave the home, I want to go to Vrindavan. But he is a very rich person, everywhere security guards. So he was looking for the opportunity. Before that, his father and mother came to know that my son had a lot of devotion, but we are trying to engage him in family life. So one time, some messengers came from Bengal ruler that, my dear Krishnananda, Bengal ruler wanted to see you. He had some questions he wanted to ask you. So Krishnananda, from his village to Bengal, he traveled for a lot of hours. So Narottama Das Thakur found the good opportunity to escape from the house. So he escaped from the house and he was running towards the Vrindavan. So he came at one point to Mathura. There many people saw that this child is the king of Krishnananda. So people were very affectionate towards him. So when he was traveling from Bengal to Vrindavan, he just used to drink some milk or some fruits or roots of the trees. So finally he reached Vrindavan. So he was reciting the names of 6 Goswamis. He met Jiva Goswami. So Jiva Goswami, basically Narottam Das Thakur trained under the guidance of Jiva Goswami. So here Narottam Das Thakur got training under the guidance of Jiva Goswami. So finally Jiva Goswami told that you should go and serve his great Acharya like Loknath Swami Maharaj. He went and he asked, my dear Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. Loknath Swami Maharaj asked, who you are? My name, I am a great fallen soul at your lotus feet. Loknath Swami Maharaj told that, I didn't serve the Gaurnitai. Why do I want a servant? So, but Narottam Das Thakur was very sincere person. So when Loknath Swami Maharaj passing his urine and stool during night times, Narottam Das Thakur, he used to go and to clean that area very nicely. By doing this activity for 1 year, Loknath Swami Maharaj observed his sincerity. He accepted him as his disciple. So, the only disciple of Loknath Swami Maharaj was Narottam Das Thakur. And after Narottam Das Thakur, Shyamanand Pandit, and Srinivas Acharya, these three people were very good friends, you can say some. So Jiva Goswami ordered them, you should go to Bengal and Orissa and preach the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they had taken all the scriptures. They are traveling. At one point, they one dacoit in one place. He had taken all the scriptures. He thought that these three people are carrying some very valuable jewels. So he took all the scriptures from them and he put inside his stories. So finally he realized that these are scriptures. It is not at all useful. But basically they are really more than a diamond. But he didn't understand. So after that they found these scriptures once again. They started to go to the different parts of the Bengal and Orissa. So one time what happened, one Smarta Brahmana insulted Narottam Das Thakur in Bengal in front of his students. He is a Shudra, like that. Sudra in front of his students, and the Smarta Brahmana called Narottam Thakur as a Shudra. So it is a great Vaishnava aparad. So immediately he got leprosy. So after some days, it was so paining for him. He wanted to jump into the Ganga and die. But Mother Durga came in his dream and told, you idiot, you offended a great Vaishnava Narottam Das Thakur, and now you wanted to jump into the Ganges and wanted to die. Even though by doing this activity for millions of years, you don't get relieved from this offense. Because offensing a Vaishnava is very, very dangerous. Greater than the offensing the Lord himself. So finally Durga asked him, go and beg his forgiveness. So the Smarta Brahmana went and begged for his forgiveness. Sir, I did a big mistake at your lotus feet. Please forgive me. So when Narottam Das Thakur touched his body, immediately all the leprosy cured. One time what happened, two small Brahmana children, one is Harinam and one is Ramakrishna. So they both were feeding the goats on the agricultural land, and Narottam Das Thakur and Ramachandra Kaviraja, they both saw. They called these two Brahmana boys, what you are doing these things? My father told us that you should go and feed these goats. When you come back, we will kill the goats, we will offer these goats to Mother Durga. So Narottam Das Thakur preached these Brahmana boys very nicely. They felt at the lotus feet of Narottam Das Thakur and they asked for the guidance and suggestions. So they took initiation also. So Harinam took initiation from Ramachandra Kaviraja and Ramakrishna took initiation from Narottam Das Thakur. So these two Brahmana boys shaved their heads like with shika and these namas, all these things. They went to home. their father Shivananda was so angry. You idiots, you went to a Vaishnava and you became like this one. Do you think Brahmanas are lesser than the Vaishnava? So he was arguing. So the children were so strong, they didn't obey his father. So their father brought one Brahmana from Mithila, who is a very scholar. So he started to arguing. So just these two boys giving all the arguments from Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. So the Brahmana who came from Mithila defeated and he left. So the anger of Shivananda became more and more. So he was not tolerated, but he was a devotee of Mother Durga. So during one night, Mother Durga came to the dream of this Shivananda Pandit, told that, do you think Brahmanas are greater than the Vaishnavas? Not at all. And you are offending a great Vaishnava Narottam Das Thakur. You are trying to please me by offering these goats. Really, I don't like all these things. But whoever love or serve Krishna, they are very dear to me. So go and again ask for begging, like forgiveness from the Narottam Das Thakur. So he went and he asked that. So these are the some very important notes that never ever try to offend a Vaishnava. If you really offend, if you come to know that one, don't feel shy or something. Go and ask his forgiveness. Otherwise, it is very difficult to progress in Krishna consciousness. So everyone knows that Narottam Das Thakur had written many bhajans, like every day we sing Shri Guru Charana Padma and Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu. There are many bhajans he had written. So these things I know about Narottam Das Thakur. So Mataji and Prabhuji, would you like to comment any things on Narottam Das Thakur?
I just came, so I don't have rights.
Yes, Mataji.
Narottam Das Thakur hat das erste große Sankirtan-Festival organisiert.
Yes,
Der
Mataji.
Ort, wo er herkam, da war ja Keturi. Und da hat er alle Vaishnavas zusammengebracht und sozusagen das erste große Burgmann gefeiert. Und das heißt, dass da sogar auch Chaitanya persönlich dann kam in diese Gemeinschaft.
Dieses Lied, was wir morgen immer singen, der Prabhupada, das hat auch mal
Ist das jetzt hier noch an oder was gedruckt?
Narottam Das Thakur geschrieben.
Das hat er ja gerade schon gesagt.
Hat er gesagt?
Srila Narottam Das Thakur ki.
Ja.
Now we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6th, Chapter 4,
Das machen wir nicht an heute?
ist
verse 48.
48?
Yes, Mataji. Mayyananta gunenante gunato gunavigraha yadasit tatha evadhya swayambhu samabhut ajaha mayananta gunenante gunato gunavigraha yadasi tata evadhya swayambhu samabhudajayah mayananta gunenante gunato gunavigraha yadasi tata evadhya swayambhu samabhut ajaha Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Can translate?
Mataji.
Mayanta gunenante
Mayananta gunenante
gunato guna vigraha
gunato guna vigraha
yada siddhata evadya
yadasi tata evadhya
swayambhu samabhutaja
swayambhu samabhutajaha mayananta gunenante gunato guna vigraha yadasi tata evadhya swayambhu samabhutajaha. Word to word meaning. Mayi, in me, Ananta Gune, possessing unlimited potency. Anante, unlimited. Gunata, from my potency known as Maya. Guna Vigraha, the universe, which is a result of the modes of nature. Yadha, when, Asit, it came into existence. Tatha, therein. Eva, indeed. Adhyaha, the first living being. Swayambhu, Lord Brahma. Samabhut, was born. Aja, although not from a material mother. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. I am the reservoir of unlimited potency, and therefore I am known as unlimited or all pervading. From my material energy, the cosmic manifestation appeared within me, and in this universal manifestation appeared the chief being Lord Brahma, who is your source and is not born of a material mother. Purport. This is a description of the history of the universal creation. The first cause is the Lord Himself, the Supreme Person. From Him, Brahma is created, and Brahma takes charge of the affairs of the universe. The universal affairs of the material creation depend upon the material energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is therefore the cause of the material creation. The entire cosmic manifestation is described herein as Guna Vigraha, the form of the Lord's qualities from the cosmic universal form. The first creation is Lord Brahma, who is the cause of all living entities. In this regard, Srila Madhvacharya describes the unlimited attributes of the Lord. Prati ekashu gunanam tu niksimatvam udhiryate tadanantyam tu gunatas te chananta hi sankhya atonanta guno vishnur gunato nanta evacha. Parasha Shaktir Vividhaiva Shruyate. The Lord has innumerable potencies, all of which are unlimited. Therefore, the Lord Himself and all His qualities, forms, pastimes, and paraphernalia are also unlimited, because Lord Vishnu has unlimited attributes. He is known as Ananta. So, here Srila Prabhupada, Krishna saying that I am the reservoir of unlimited potency, and therefore I am known as unlimited or all pervading. So how we can say someone is God? Many people claim themselves as God. How we can say that he is not a God?
Because he's not unlimited.
Yes, because he is not unlimited. For example, no one in this world is permanent. After 60 years, 70 years, or after 100 years, people are dying. When I was child, many people said that Bill Gates was very rich person. He can feed the India 3 weeks. Well, he can feed
Er kann, er ist wirklich jetzt in die ganze Indien.
3 weeks. So I thought that he was so great, very big rich person. Now Elon Musk came. So every year or after few years, the richness of other persons are increasing. They are dominating the who is the rich person for the last few years. So Lakshmi is Chanchala. Nobody can say that I will be rich forever. So in this world, some may be Lakpati, some may be Karodpati, but Krishna is Lakshmipati. So here in Vishnu Purana also says that Aishwaryasya, Samagrasya, Virasya, Yashasya, Shriyaha, Jnana Vairagyayos Sannam Bhaga Itin Gana. So Bhagavan means Bhaga means these opulences. Who have all these opulences, 6 opulences like Parasara Muni mentioned that full strength, fame, wealth, knowledge, beauty, renunciation. He is the one called as God. In this world, nobody called as a God because they don't have all these things. Not all, at least in this world, nobody has one thing of the God. Nobody is knowledgeable or intelligent or beauty, all these things. And one time, you know, one person, Kalki in India, so they themselves called as a god, incarnation of Kalki. So if you want to do their Padabhishek, if you want to Abhishek to their feet, you have to pay 50,000 rupees. So one time, the Indian government suddenly 50,000. Indian government suddenly writes the ashram. So Indian government couldn't find everything, accounts are everything clear. But the only one message he dropped that room number 6 is safe. Like the officers went to the ashram of this so-called Kalki Bhagavan ashram. So they searched in their office, all the documents are cleared, but this Kalki Bhagavan so-called, he sent a message to his disciple, room number 6 is safe. So then these officers found that what is room number 6. So when they went there, they found huge amount of money. So they are trying to cheat the people in the name of Lord. Is there anything that if you performing Abhisheka to the feet of the Lord, 50,000 rupees? Did ever Krishna recommend or asked for this type of money? But still, people are going there and get cheated from this type of people. Sri Sri Vijay Gauranga Dayantai ki jai. So here in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also mentioned that Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyaktam murtina matsani sarva bhutani nachaham tesho vastitaha. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. So, how a person can understand Krishna, basically, who Adokshaja means, what is the meaning of Adokshaja? Krishna known as Adokshaja. What does it mean, Adokshaja? So, Prabhuji? Yes. One cannot perceivable through our gross material senses. He is known as Adokshaja. So here in Mukunda Upanishad mentioned that Yasmin Vijnate Sarvam Evam Vijnatham Bhavati. Knowledge received through the transcendental causeless mercy of the Lord is so perfect that by that knowledge the devotee becomes acquainted with all different manifestations of the Lord. So
can you say one more time the six fruits of Krishna?
six energies like beauties or strength of Krishna. Yeah. Strength, fame, wealth, beauty, knowledge, renunciation. So here Srila Prabhupada also, like, I lost somewhere else. If you see in Dhruva Maharaj Charitra, when Lord appeared, Dhruva Maharaj was not able to speak anything. But when Lord touched the conch shell on the head of the Dhruva Maharaj, immediately he came to know all the things about the Lord, and he started offering prayers to the Lord. So here that knowledge, the Lord is so perfect that by that knowledge the devotee becomes acquainted with all different manifestations of the Lord. So here Srila Prabhupada also mentioned Atah Sri Krishna Namadi na bhavet grahyam indriyai sevonmukhehi jihvadau swayam eva spurati adaha. Lord Sri Krishna's name, fame, pastimes, etc. cannot be understood by material senses. Only to one who is engaged in pure devotional service under the proper guidance is he revealed. Many times in devotional service, basically in mathematics 1 plus 1 equal to 2, but in devotional service there are many miracles happens that for you cannot find any logical things. One time there was a couple in America. Husband was always chanting Hare Krishna. Wife was so irritated by hearing this Hare Krishna. You always chant Hare Krishna, what is this nonsense? That's why you are married to me. I am suffering like anything in this home. So one time, they were traveling in America from one place to another place on the very top of the hills in car. Suddenly accident happened. At that time, if my husband is everyday chanting Hare Krishna, if there is God exist, he should protect us from this accident. On the top of the hill, like road, the car went like this one. It is completely down. Just only one small plant stopped the complete car falling down to this big, what is called, Prabhuji?
Off the cliff.
Okay. So that one. So the police department came. They searched a lot. How it's possible the car couldn't fell down into the something in that place. Only one small single plant stopped the complete the car and the accident. After that, she realized the potential, the energy of the Lord, how great the Lord is. But if you want to research on that one, a small plant cannot protect a car at all. So one time also, so here Krishna says that in Brahma Samhita also we heard that uh, Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachit Ananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karna Karna. So one time, how many people knows that Samartha Ramadas?
Samathananda?
Yeah, Samartha Ramadas.
Wer kennt Samathananda?
So he was great devotee of Lord Ramachandra and spiritual master of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Shivaji Maharaj, King Shivaji. So in India at that time, it was a lot of influence from the Muslim kings. So at that time, Chhatrapati Shivaji appeared to protect this Sanatan Dharma from these Muslims. So he need guidance. So Samartha Ramdas was always behind him and guiding him how to rule the kingdom, where he should go, like that one. One time, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj got little bit proud that by looking at his kingdom, his forts, his wealth, and he is offering food to the many people. So he felt little bit proud that I am giving all these things to these people. Immediately, from nowhere, the Samartha Ramadas appeared, his spiritual master. He told that Shivaji, call these soldiers and break this stone. So they started to break that stone. In that stone, when they broke it, they found some water and a frog. Shivaji, now tell me, who is feeding these people, this frog, inside the rock? Then Shivaji understood that basically I am not giving the food. Only Krishna, God giving food through me. I am an instrument. So then he realized these things and he fell down at the lotus feet of Samartha Ramadas. So he has mentioned Sarva Karana Karna. So Krishna is the cause of all causes. But in this society, many people, scientists, they don't believe that God existence of God, and they say that how a person taking birth from a stem of the person or God. Basically, in this world, here Brahma says that mentioned that Brahma didn't born from a mother. He took directly birth from Lord Vishnu. How it's possible? In this world, if you want to give a life to a living entity like another small baby, you need the support of your wife. But God, He does not need all these things. Just He can create like that one. But these things scientists cannot understand because they are always in challenging mood. So that's why they brought a Big Bang theory, all these things. For example, they say that something happened, because of that all these things are created. How something happens without someone intervention? If I keep this book here, if nobody touching this book, even after millions of years also, this book stays here only. How you can say that sudden things are happening without intervention of anyone? For that question, they cannot answer. Here, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that Parasha Shaktir Vividhaiva Sruyate Swabhaviki Jnana Balakriyacha. The Supreme Lord has nothing to do and no one is found to be equal to or greater than Him. For everything is done naturally and systematically by His multifarious energies. So creation, maintenance and annihilation are all conducted personally by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and this is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Maya dakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. Yet, ultimately, the Lord does not need to do anything, and therefore He is nirvikara, changeless, because everything is done under His direction. He is called Srushtikarta, the master of creation. Similarly, he is the master of annihilation. When a master sits in one place while his servants work in different duties, whatever the servants are doing is ultimately an activity of the master. Although he is doing nothing, natasya karyam karnancha vidyate. The Lord's potencies are so numerous that everything is nicely done. Therefore, he is naturally still and is not directly the doer of anything in this material world. For example, present I am working in a company, but my CEO stays at home only.
Dein CEO.
CEO is sitting in home only. For him, we are working. So in that way, even Supreme Lord Krishna also, he does not need to work, but still here Parasha Shakti Vividhaiva Surya, all his multifarious energies working for him under the direction of Krishna only. So until now, whatever I had noted, I spoke it. Now it's your time. Please comment or you can say something.
With this question first.
Yes, Prabhuji. Do you have any questions?
I still have a question from before, and about Vaishnava Apara. Like, is it said that in Kali Yuga aparatas are only when you do them in like with an action, or is it also when you do it in your mind? Like when I think, oh, this Vaishnava did this and he's so this and this.
I think I heard Prabhuji thinking, willing and acting. Is it correct, Prabhuji? Thinking, feeling, willing.
Thinking actually it's in Kali Yuga, whatever we auf Deutsch, okay. Was die Vergehen, was wir in unserem Geist machen, das zählt nicht. Und nur wenn wir Karmana und Vacha, und wir machen es nicht. Nur mit unseren Worten und mit unserer Tätigkeit.
So, thank you, Prabhuji. One thing, if you are always thinking about some Vaishnava bad, at one point you will act in that way only. So better, if you do not like about someone, try to find a good qualities, try to remember all those good qualities, that will help us. Otherwise, when you are thinking bad, it's at one point without your intervention, you will act like that one only. Prabhuji? Mansuka Prabhu? Jai Chindan Prabhuji? Comment? Still we have.
In Kali Yuga, das bedeutet, in Kali Yuga ist es sehr schwer, Geist zu kontrollieren. Und deswegen, wir denken, diese schlechte Gedanken, oh, das ist verboten. Aber solange das steht dort und dann denkt, oh, okay, das ist nicht gut, das mache ich nicht. Und dann zum Beispiel, was du gesagt hast, dass wir, wenn wir denken schlecht über eine Vaishnava oder so, wir sollten das sofort wegnehmen oder mit etwas anderes Positives in unser Geist. Weil wenn wir immer negativ in unser Geist, das kommt raus. Das ist unbedingt. Das ist so. Aber wenn wir denken, dass es in Treta Yuga und andere Yugas, wenn ihr denken schlecht, das kommt dran. Das ist auch ein Vergehen. Aber diese Kali Yuga, zum Glück,
Yeah.
das ist sehr. Aber wir sollten nicht jetzt, okay, jetzt, ich kann nicht. Diese Devotees, diese Devotees, das ist eine Lizenz, ist eine Erlaubnis, Vergehen zu machen, so Rest.
Prabhuji, is it correct that in Kali Yuga, if someone thinks that today I am feeding 10 people, in reality he does not feed anyone, just he is thinking in mind, are they count as a positive like?
So this is Kali Yuga special.
Yes. Mataji?
Ich wollte noch ergänzen, in Kali Yuga haben wir auch das Problem, dass die dämonischen und göttlichen Eigenschaften in der gleichen Person sind. Das ist das Problem. In anderen Yugas waren die Dämonen in einem Universum und die göttlichen in einem anderen. Und später dann in der gleichen Familie und dann jetzt im Kali Yuga in der gleichen Person. Also haben wir gar keine Chance, immer göttlich zu sein, außer wir sind irgendwann auf der Ebene der reine Gott quasi sind. Aber solange wir dann nicht sind, also müssen wir halt immer verstehen, dass wir gegen diese dämonische Natur ankämpfen müssen. Dass wir, wenn wir schlecht denken, halt, dass wir uns sagen, nee, stopp, jetzt, das will ich gar nicht. Ne? Dass man immer diesen Geist zurückruft. Ne? Das ist wie so, das wird so verglichen wie so ein Mitbewohner in der WG. Ne? Wenn du so einen schlechten Mitbewohner hast, der dich immer runterzieht. Also ja, deswegen. Einerseits ist es verständlich in Kali Yuga, dass diese dämonischen Dinge uns immer wieder beeinflussen, aber andererseits haben wir den freien Willen auch dagegen anzukämpfen.
Yeah, in Treta Yuga, they are on the same, Lord Ram was there and the demon Ravana was there, but on the same planet. In Kali Yuga, in the same dynasty, in the same family, Kurus and Pandavas. In Dwapara Yuga. In Kali Yuga, even Ram and Ravana are still in one person only. So it is our duty to feed more to Lord Ram so that when he will grow, the Ravana will get automatically weaker. At one point he will die. It is only by chanting and hearing, reading all these things, scriptures, following the footsteps of Vaishnavas and their instructions, it will be possible for us. Mother, Ekaini Mataji?
Kannst du vielleicht nochmal darauf eingehen, warum Brahma Aja ist?
Not Brahma is okay.
She asked you to explain why Brahma is
Aja.
Aja.
Ungebo. Basically, birth means, as of I know, that combination of two living entities, when they come together, like male and female, it comes another living entity. But it is from direct, just Lord Vishnu thought about him, the Brahma took birth. But I don't know, Mataji, you can tell really why to speculate something. Novel. Okay. Anyone has any question or comment? Mansuka Prabhu, comment something, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
I thought about if I have a question and I was stuck, I didn't get any. I'm sorry.
Hare Krishna. Appearance Day of Narottam Das Thakur ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Srila Prabhupada ki Sri Vijay Gauranga Dayal Tai ki Sri Bol.
Madhava Prabhu ki